Hey there, YouTube family. It's Stocks with Josh, and I'm actually in Mr. Larry Jones' studio.
I am. You see Larry Jones there. I forgot that was on there. But do what that prompter tells you to do by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification bell here on Stocks with Josh. You are on his page.
And, you know, some of you have come to my page. A lot of you have come to my page through Mr. Jones. But if you are not aware of Mr. Jones, this is the stock picking goat, the original, the OG stock picking goat. So go over to his page on Stock Up with Larry Jones and subscribe there as well. But what I'm getting into today, I felt it was urgent that we talk about ETH. Okay, I've been getting a lot of questions in the comment section about Ethereum, and people have been trying to figure out, you know, where could this potentially go? Today, Larry and I'm hanging out at his studio. One of our friends was here, and he's been holding ETH for a long time.
Yes.
And he actually bought the majority of it around 1400, and he watched it go all the way up to you know, above 4,000, and then again it came all the way back down, and it went all the way back up, and he just never sold those highs, and it came back down. He used it as an opportunity. Our conversation today was about DCAing,
right?
Correct DCAing,
right?
Maybe wrong DCAing,
right?
And at this point, this guy is determined that
yes,
when this goes back up, he wants to sell it for a profit.
Yeah. Go ahead and call his name. Put him on Front Street.
So, Mr. Ron Lewis. A great guy, great guy.
That's my buddy.
Yeah, so ETH has been up 50%. That's amazing in the last week. And it's outperformed Bitcoin by 25%. That's not the first time that I've seen that. I swung traded ETH primarily out of all my crypto last year. That's what I spent the most time swing trading. And I often noticed that when it would move, it sometimes would move before Bitcoin, sometimes it would move after, but I often noticed that it got a higher percentage move up. And so it has outperformed Bitcoin by 25%. And the big question that's on everybody's asking is should they sell before or after, or what's going to be the impact of the merger ahead to ETH 2.0?
That's what the people want to know.
That's what they want to know. That's September 19th. And let's break down a couple things about that. One, that is a completely soft schedule event. So it's really not even been confirmed that it will for sure happen on that date. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I'm going to suggest that, like, this is all software. It's all, you know, this is blockchain technology. And the reason why it's so hard to launch these changes is because it requires an inordinate amount of development hours to make it work correctly. And so I personally am looking at the ETH that I am swing trading, and I do not intend to hold it after the merge. Now, there absolutely is the opportunity that the merge could usher in a much more valuable ETH. I don't doubt that. But if anything goes wrong, if there are hangups and hiccups, which there likely can be in any form of a launch like this, that would really be a massive drawdown on the price of the stock. So I think, like a lot of things, it is buy the rumor, sell the news. So I would be myself very reluctant to hold it. The next question that comes to the table is, will people begin to sell off early before we even get to the opportunity of the official launch? Is it going to run up, and the smart money and the smarter money is going to get out of it even sooner? That's a concern. So I'm going to be looking at key levels as we go forward. I'm going to give you guys a couple target levels that I see. Right now there's a lot of resistance at 1700. Again, you know, we trade the levels. I talk to you guys about that on this channel all the time. And the three targets, or the three lines of resistance that are above us right now, are 1700, 2000. If it breaks 2000, it's likely to get above to 2200. But I think we're going to see a lot of resistance at 1700 and a lot of resistance at 2000. Today, we were actually moving some money off of Coinbase. Ron Lewis, we were getting together, and I was helping him transfer money out of his Coinbase account to his new FTX account. And I know you might have some thoughts or comments on that before I tell about that experience.
Well, you know, there's a lot of fear in crypto that's causing it to fall, right? companies with billions of dollars, millions and billions of dollars are just showing that they're not sovereign, right? And you and I only can go off of what we see. We don't have privy to everything that these companies have, because some of these companies, they don't have to report what they have. And so I brought it to these gentlemen. I called them late one night and I just said, hey, I'm going to be moving, as I've been talking on my page, some of my plays to FTX because, and I have no affiliate with FTX. I just felt like it was better to diversify and to be on more than one platform with crypto. And so that's why I decided to do it. I did the same thing. I moved some of my bigger coins to FTX, and I also have some cash ready to go into FTX that I haven't put into FTX yet, and I just like the diversification.
Yeah. Well, this brings up the question. I wanted to talk about exchanges and which ones are safe and which ones are not. I've covered on my channel risky exchanges. Those are third party or second tier exchanges. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go over it with you. FTX, right? Actually, I'm going to go through it in order. Binance, number 1.
Exactly.
FTX, number 2. Yeah. And Coinbase is number 3.
Those three.
I want to address the fear around Coinbase, but I'm going to say a positive thing about it and I'm going to say a negative. First of all, everything I've seen in social media, I believe, is complete FUD regarding Coinbase. Coinbase is a publicly traded company. Their books are public record. They had $9.5 billion in deposits in the last quarter, and they had $10 billion of cash on hand. They did not participate in any of the sketchy DeFi that Celsius, BlockFi, Voyager, and 3 commas participated in. They're a completely well-run, cash-rich company. So Coinbase is fine. Now, having said that, a lot of the FUD that's been generated around them is because of the fact that they are a publicly traded company, which means that they're responsible to their shareholders, which means they're responsible to their bottom line, which means that they've got to cut employees just like every other company. Like Apple said recently that they were going to shrink some of their workforce.
Tesla.
So Coinbase is simply Facebook. Coinbase is simply operating like a publicly traded company, and because there's so much fear in the crypto space, that is causing alarm because people have lost money. I have followers that have lost money on Voyager. I think that was scandalous the way things went down with Voyager. I personally think that Sam Bankman-Fried did not do, in my eyes, what was right for millions of people that had money, or millions of dollars of people that was on the Voyager platform. I believe that some of the things he did with the loaning and the paying back ultimately further aggravated and hurt the end users. So I've got some issues there. But I will tell you that the guy is rich. He has, he's worth $30 billion. He is run around spreading his wealth during this, being like the guy in It's a Wonderful Life. What was that guy's name?
The
old guy in the wheelchair.
Old guy in a wheelchair.
He's been running around buying up companies. Yeah. So I just want to be clear, Binance, FTX, Coinbase, they are fine. Now, Coinbase has got 2 apps on stores. One is Coinbase and one is Coinbase Pro. Mm-hmm. I've been using their Coinbase Pro for months and months and months, since last year. And it has much lower cost to trade. Now, these guys are really trying to grab after revenue. Right. So they're going to convert their Coinbase Pro and their Coinbase into one system.
Yes.
And I believe that that's going to increase their costs of trading much more than right now. We looked at it today, and FTX costs were a fraction, about
significantly lower,
2/3 less than Coinbase's.
Yeah, and so they've been lowering prices too. A lot of these networks are not. They are lower now because they were trying to get people in with lower fees, but some of them were higher when they started. Yeah. But then they begin to lower their fees to be more competitive, like a bank, right? And I will also tell you that the influencer program a lot of them have done away with the influencer programs, right? So they are, Coinbase did away with their influencer program here in the last few days now. And so what's happening is these companies are operating more leaner, which shows that they are being accountable,
being responsible,
rather than paying you 30%, something unsustainable, and just throwing your money out of the window. That's unsustainable.
Yeah. So I did a video sometime back talking about Tether, and that I had overnight, me and Larry and a couple of guys, we actually took all of our Tether and we converted it over to USDC. Mm-hmm. I shared that with you guys because I want to be transparent, and if I'm making a change that concerns my money, right, Larry and I wanted you to be aware that you could make decisions that concern your money. Like
when I did it with my Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I just, some people are like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? It fit me. It's my money. Listen, you control your pocket. You control your money. It fit me for my purpose. And so I converted it to USDC, which means that when the stock market when the crypto market rather continue to fall, it's not falling.
Yeah.
That was the decision that I made at that point, because crypto is different than stock. There are no wash sales, right?
No, there isn't.
Go ahead.
So the Tether, right? Now, a lot of people, not a lot, but maybe 5 or 6 people in the comment section out of hundreds said, dude, I think Tether is 100% fine. Now, I want to be clear with you. I actually think Tether is fine as well, but Tether's not a publicly traded company. Tether's books are not public. And because their books were not public and I could not verify their cash flow strength, I can't risk it. Now, right. Tether, a lot of money when it came out of crypto, it went into Tether. So right now they're cash rich, you could say. Their total market cap went from 10 billion to 55 billion overnight. Right. So they're cash rich. But because they're not transparent, I chose to move my money from Tether to USDC. I'm sure Tether will be around.
Same thing. You're doing it. He did the same thing that I'm doing. And not only are we being safe with our money, it's just a time to be transparent, whether people like it or not, to let people know what you're doing and let people know what your concerns are, so you can make your own educated decisions.
Yeah, and so I want to just kind of share this experience. So we're working with Ron. We were taking some of his money.
And we're 12 minutes in, so we
okay. All right. We were taking some USDC and we were moving it from his Coinbase to his FTX account. And one of the options is to move it on the Ethereum network, the Polygon network, or the Solana network, which was interesting. Just seeing those 3 coins, there as the primary choices of transfer really spoke a lot of those 3 networks.
Yep.
And so the initial choice we chose was Ethereum, and we looked at the cost. To move, we always move $1 from one application to another, make sure it gets there safely. Once it gets there safely, then we can transfer the rest of his millions.
Yes.
Right? Over.
Yes.
Now, we did the $1, and when I chose Ethereum, it cost $4 to move $1.
Yep.
And we were like, what?
Yeah.
Then I chose Polygon, the option beneath it, and it was 2 cents.
Now, in all fairness, that $4 could have just been a one-time fee, and
it's the gas fee.
It's the gas fee, but you could have probably, sent $5,000, and it still would have been that $4. So I don't know what the gas fee is. We tried with $1. Can I interject something right here? Sir. I know somebody gonna say, Larry, please let him talk, but I'm trying to help you guys by asking him something. Do you think it'll be a good idea, and in another video, solely based on that, for you to show people the steps on how to transfer their crypto from one wallet to another?
Brother, you are speaking to my audience, because there's at least 5 comments each video saying, please do that.
Okay, so the next time y'all see a comment, say, Larry, please let Josh talk. Tell them to be quiet, because I'm trying to help y'all. I asked the questions to help.
It's a great idea, and we are absolutely going to do that. I want to wrap up this video, but I want to go over a couple more things. Before, I'm going to give you some price targets on Ethereum, and I'm going to tell you where I'm looking to buy back in. Before I do that, I wanted to touch on the small account challenge using moomoo. Today, Verb has still moved up. I really wanted to do a Verb video today, but I was hanging out with Larry and we lost track of the time. Yeah. And so this is the video you guys get. Having said that, tomorrow I'm going to do a Verb update video. I think we've got some really important things to look at there. And some, I think we are really getting close to some potential strong movement on Verb. But today is actually Webull Wednesday.
Yes.
And I wanted to pull this out. So, Well, I'm using Webull because of their fractional shares to do investments into my value stocks as well as my more expensive stocks like Tesla and Google and Apple and Amazon, because you can buy $25 a piece of those without having to buy the entire share. Now, having said that, Larry and I and Stock Curry did a live this last Monday where each of us presented a value stock.
Correct.
All right. So I have to say, I just wanted to give a micro report on how those value stocks are doing.
Here we go.
Mine, okay, which was Perion, that has popped 10% in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Larry's is up, Micron is up 3%,
Yay!
Which is actually very good.
Excellent.
And Stock Curry's is up 1%.
Okay,
so
cool.
I actually do like Stock Curry's pick, Walgreens. I do think it's slightly early. I think that when we get more into the recession, I think we're going to still go down. My view on Walgreens right now is it's going to go down to $30, and below 30 is where I'm interested in acquiring. And I do think that it's potentially going to be a great investment, but a little bit further out. Yeah. I think we're going to see Perion move up. I wouldn't shock me if we got a good 50% increase on that in the next 6 months. But I'm going to do a deep dive. Don't take those numbers right now. I'm going to do a deep dive and share with you about Perion, Micron, and Walgreens in the coming days.
So now, since he said that,
I'm making a 20-minute video, Larry. Go ahead.
I'm going to be doing a portfolio with moomoo, and it's going to be our growth stock.
Yes.
So that's what I'm using moomoo for.
Okay.
All right. But Webull, since this is Webull Wednesday, I got to do a button there that says Webull Wednesday. Webull Wednesday. I'm doing the fractional shares, but a lot of you know that I have the $5 a day challenge. I'm going to pick my top 5, and then I'm going to start doing those in Webull, $5 a day.
That's why I use Webull, is because I've been working with Larry's $1 Million Cup of Coffee challenge, and it's sort of evolving between the two of us. Okay, Ethereum. I believe that I see pretty good support pull back at 1,400. Again, 1,700 is a near target 1, 2,000 is target 2, and 2,200 is target 3. And I ultimately want to say that I don't even like to look at, in my long-term Ethereum holds, I like to simply view every share as my long-term target. My long-term low target for Ethereum is 4,900, and my long-term high target for Ethereum in the next bull run is 9,800. People can have different targets. The reason why that's my target is because that's my investment strategy. It's to take what I'm buying now in my long-term Ethereum account and ultimately get that much out of it in the next bull run. I'm not just going to sell when we get to 4,800, but I am going to put a trailing stop in so that I get out of that bull run no less than 4,800.
So we got gems. I got to let you guys know. So my theory with crypto is I like to be in the fastest moving car. As you know, just a little over around a month ago, when crypto crashed, I went heavy into Polygon.
Yes.
I went
big time.
It became my number one. I explained
every
to you guys.
time we talked crypto, Larry's like, "Yeah, Matic, Josh." Matic.
Exactly. So I was
tell the people
Solana.
about Matic.
Exactly. I was Solana, then I went Matic. So I sold some of my other coins and I went into Matic heavy, right? And so because I saw in this period of time that Matic was going to be moving.
Yeah.
So what I want to show to people is here's where Ethereum has been over the last month, right? Now, here's where Polygon has been over the last month. So So we got 120% compared to 40%.
Yeah, we hit a high of 50%, but 120% on Polygon.
And so what I'm doing now from this point on, so this is how you swing, right? And I swing my crypto. So I have one portfolio that I hold and accumulate crypto, and I have another one where I swing. So now I am going to actually take a piece of that and go in Ethereum up until that date. I am going to sell before the date myself. I personally believe that there will be a sell-off afterwards.
I think that's great. I want to wrap it up there. Yeah. If you guys want to continue to get my crypto and my stock picks, then hit that subscribe. Don't miss out on our next videos. I appreciate you guys letting me be part of your financial journey, and I appreciate you, Larry, of joining me today.
I appreciate you for having me in my studio on your show. Good people, it's always a party hanging with Josh. Hey, a lot of great information. Make sure you click his links below and download them both. Just deposit them both with Webull. Up to $12,600 worth of free stock with a $100 deposit. With moomoo, up to $25,000, 10 free stock. Just download it, fund them, and make sure you have subscribed and hit that like button. It helps to keep Josh alive.
You guys have a blessed day. Thank you.
Have a blessed one. Peace.